changing potential into power.
Okay, the mission of 4T Academy is to provide students you an innovative learning environment, which is different from what you're used to. You normally see that couples hands-on learning with on-the-job training, to prepare you for a successful and rewarding career. It's not just classroom, and even there is some classroom. There's also classroom at the Toyota plant. We'll get into that in just a minute. Okay. We just started this year, so this is what the overall program looks like for freshmen all the way through senior. Again, we're in the first couple of years we're having to make this kind of like a hybrid, because obviously we hadn't had a chance to have like freshmen go through all 4 years yet. But the first 2 years, someone that's and you have to apply for the 4T Academy. You see Miss Terry for that, and get accepted. This is not an automatic thing. For freshmen and sophomore, we'll spend about 4 times a year, about 2.5 hours with you. COVID drives some of this now. Sometimes the goal is to have some of that at the plant, and sometimes here at the school. And we tell you about Toyota's culture, our history, our background, which is very important. So you know what our company is made of, how we got started, that sort of thing. Then as you can see in your sophomore year, you start getting into a little bit more things like quality control, Toyota production system, some safety training, that sort of thing. It slowly builds as you go. Then your junior year, you get more advanced levels of those same classes, plus different classes like problem solving, 8-step problem solving that we use, more Toyota production system, and you start getting some tool training. And that's where you're going to start to see, we can train anyone. A lot of people say, hey, I've never even picked up a tool before. It doesn't matter, okay? We'll train you how to do this. Then as a junior, you'll come out to the plant 1 day a week. Currently, that's on a Friday, to get that kind of tool training, some offline training. Then where it really peaks is your senior year. That's kind of like a capstone project. I don't know if you've ever heard of that term, but a capstone project, and it's basically a paid internship. Seniors, the first semester, will come to the plant for 2.5 hours twice a week. Okay, second semester, that's 4 days a week. And what you're going to be doing then, you get more training, but then once you get the training that's necessary, you're going to be building vehicles online, not practice vehicles, but working together as a team with another student, building either Highlanders, Sequoias, or Siennas that we're going to sell to a customer, okay, which is a pretty cool thing. And you get, at current rate, you get paid $14 an hour, which is pretty good money. And that's not in the evening when you're out of school, that's during the school day, okay? So you can see by the time you progress through this, and by the time you get to your senior year, it all caps out, at the top with an actual paid internship at the plant, which is pretty cool. So, if you see a Highlander going down the road, you may help build that particular vehicle. So, any questions about this? Because we only got you till noon. If you have questions at the end, that's why we're here. Please don't hesitate to ask, okay? All right, go ahead. All right, now what we're going to do, we're going to let these two guys go first, because they may have some place they need to get to. I'm going to let them explain. Guys, kind of, what you like about it, just briefly, what you do, and, again, what you like the most about it.
Right, so this 4T experience is a good thing. You learn a lot of stuff. I mean, you do go to Princeton 3 days a week your first semester. It's a lot of electricity stuff. It's very hands-on. This whole program is very hands-on. While you're at Toyota, you got your trainings and stuff. You get to learn how to use tools. You get to learn the process out of the plant, and eventually you get to go online and build processes, which is a big responsibility because it does go on the vehicles. And it's an awesome thing. It gets your foot in the door for manufacturing jobs. It's going to look good on college applications too.
Yeah, if you guys took Mr. Blumker's classes or Mr. Cofield now, if you guys like his classes, you'll probably like this. A lot of hands-on work, but it's pretty fun. It gets you a real good experience of like what work would be like after high school.
Anybody have any questions for these guys? At all? No? Okay, a couple things I want to reiterate. One, I appreciate you guys being here. Great job, by the way. Again, 4T stands for TMMI, Trojans, Titans, and Tigers. That's how we came up with the name. And what's cool, it's at Princeton part of it because they had space, okay? They get bused from here, both from Gibson Southern and here, go to Princeton for classes there. Then they get transported on the days they're out at the plant. They get transported out to the plant. And they've set up a nice area in the warehouse, right? You guys been out there? It's really cool. We've got a simulated moving line out there. There's tool training areas. I mean, and the thing I think you'll like, these guys can tell you, you get treated like an adult. Okay, this is very much this is not, you know, recess. You are going to get treated like an adult. And if you like that, you like hands-on stuff, you know, might be up your alley. So whether or not you go to college, some people aren't going to, some people will. So thank you guys, appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to let, we got two folks that work out in the plant here with me. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, tell you about what they do, a little bit about their Toyota work history, okay? And at the end or after that, if you have questions for them, don't be bashful.
Hi, my name is Chandra Engler. I've been at Toyota for 22 years. As Mike Sullivan said earlier, I was one of those that knew nothing about manufacturing, nothing about tools when I first started, but Toyota, they help you. You learn, you get the skills that you need. I've worked in both assembly shops, plastics, quality, and currently I'm in paint. My job is to work with improved safety, quality, and 5S in the shop. I also get to work with new team members in our paint shop and work in groups to help solve problems. I really love what I do. I've been there as long as I have because I love the work that I do and I love the people. And everyone's there to help each other and help you improve and get better. And pretty much your job is once you make it, you can stay where you're at or you can advance, but there are people there that are willing to help you every step of the way.
Any questions for Chandra? Couple key points before I let her sit down. First up, we want to kind of bust some misperceptions, some myth busters, okay? First off, a lot of people feel that manufacturing is male dominated and it's mostly for males. You know, if you can't lift 300 pounds, you can't be successful, okay? So we just busted that myth, right? Chandra is succeeded. Nobody up there has to lift huge amounts of weight. If it becomes heavy, there's assists to help with that, okay? The other is that you're stuck. When you get there, you're stuck. You're going to be in one place. You're not going to do anything but that for X amount of years. Chandra's been to several different shops in the plant, building vehicles, and even within those shops, like she is now in paint, she's done different jobs within paint. All you got to do is let people know you're interested in development. I want to do different things. And so it is not just for men. You don't have to be, you know, physically real strong. You don't have to have ever picked up a tool in your life, okay? And it's not a dead-end place where you're going to just be doing mindless work. It's very high-tech out there. How many have ever taken the tram tour? Has anybody ever taken it? Okay, a couple have. Right now, we're not giving tram tours because of COVID. That's a shame, okay? But when those get back up, regardless if you do this or not, you need to go on the tram tour. It is cool to see how vehicles are made, okay? Any other questions for Chandra? Any questions at all? Okay? Got James, gonna tell you a little bit about himself and what he does.
All right. Well, good morning. I'm James Cole. I am a management group leader with Toyota. I've been with Toyota for 8 years. My history is not in manufacturing at all. My history is in education and training, working with young people. But then that career ended for me. I started looking for a job. I came to Toyota. And the reason I came to Toyota, or went to Toyota and put in an application, a resume and all to work there, is because of the things that I've heard in my community. I'm from Henderson, Kentucky, and I drive over that money-saving bridge every day. to come over to Princeton, Gibson County. But I heard that Toyota cares a lot about their employees. I heard and seen that Toyota pays an absolutely fabulous wage for the work that their employees do. And those things interested me at the time when I was looking for a job 8 years ago. So I came over and I tried it. I got hired on in management. When I was hired on, they put me over the engine line, the Highlander engine line. And at the time, I knew nothing about an engine, never changed my oil, did anything to an engine. But over time, the team members that were working on the engine line, they took it upon themselves to teach me and train me about the engine and what everything does on the engine and about the tools and all of that. But by the time I left the engine line, I could build the engine, the Highlander engine, by myself. I could put all the parts on it and everything by myself. I built it by myself, and I could tear it down and rebuild it by myself. So it's not an issue of whether you're got some hands-on skills or you got any type of knowledge about vehicles. We're going to teach you all that. That's for sure. But after I left the engine line, I went over to one of the most advanced manufacturing lines in North America, Toyota North America. I went over there to manage a line, it's called Trim 1.5, and that line is a lot different than, was different than most auto manufacturing lines, because that line actually has a vehicle sitting on it. You can imagine a vehicle sitting on this table right here that goes down the line, and as it goes down the line, you got people, team members, on each side of the vehicle, putting things on the vehicle, connecting and shooting bolts onto the vehicle. But as the vehicle goes down the line, it rises up and down. And it goes down one side, then it turns around on this, we call it a skillet. And it comes around the other side and it goes up and down. And it's one of the most advanced manufacturing and car facility in North America. That's really something to see too. And I did that for a while. And now I currently am working on a team of three that is working with Butech. Anybody heard of Butech? The company Butech? Yep. Okay. So I work with Butech, and I am a resource to Butech to get Butech to run their production lines as we do at Toyota. So I work a lot with the two. We actually have two Butech lines inside Toyota that make the IP, the instrument panel, your dashboard. And then we also have several Butech plants outside of the plant that make various things. So I work with that group to help them be more successful and do things like we do at Toyota. So the program, the 4T program that we're here today to talk to you about, I know you're sophomores in high school, right? All sophomores? I know you're sophomores in high school, and what you're going to do 2 years from now, 3 years from now, or even this afternoon, you don't know, because things change. But I just want you to understand that this program is an opportunity for you to see what's going on right here in Gibson County. It's an opportunity for you to go in and learn a few things. There's a lot of people in our community at various plastics, at things on Bristol Myers, B. Johnson. A lot of these manufacturing facilities right here in our tri-state area, they would love to have an opportunity to come in, Toyota, and take a class and get to come in and see how we do what we do every day. They don't have our Toyota manufacturing and Toyota production systems, and they like to mimic us because we do it so well. So you get an opportunity to see what's going on right here in your community. And even though you're a sophomore in high school, you have this big window and you can do anything you want to do right now. But as you get older, as you start continuing your high school education, you go from sophomore and you're in this window, you can do anything. When I was a sophomore in high school, I was going to be a rapper. Then I was going to be a basketball player. I was going to do all this other stuff. But as I got older, that window of opportunity starts to close on me. And I got to be a senior in high school, and I wasn't going to be a basketball player too short. Wasn't going to be a rapper because NWA and Luke Skywalker and all them, they were already doing what I wanted to do. And then Here I am a high school senior. I had one opportunity at that time, and that was to go to college. And I did for 2 years, it didn't act right. And then that window closed on. Didn't get to finish college at first. And then I went to the military. And in the military, I learned self-control and self-discipline and all those things that you hear your teachers and your parents talking to you about. I had to learn in the military. And then when I got out of the military, after serving in the original Desert Storm, you weren't even born yet. But when I got out of the military, I valued an education, and I valued job and work. And my desire was to finish my education, which I did, and then to find a good place to work, which I did. I still have that, thanks to Toyota. And I value all those things. So right now, you can do anything you want to. But as you get older, that window of opportunity is going to close on you. Now, what we're not telling you today is that you got to go through the program and graduate high school and come to work at Toyota. That's not what we're telling you at all. So some of you may go to college, some of you may not go to college. But as you can see on the program there, it says 68% of students that go to college, just barely half of them actually graduate college. So if you do go to college or you do go to the military or whatever you choose to do, you may decide to come back home here in Gibson County and you can say to yourself, oh, I remember what Mike and James and Shonda told me that there's many opportunities out here at Toyota. And not all of the opportunities is actually standing on an assembly line putting parts on. We got everything out there. We got from computer to administration and management and human resources. There's all kind of different opportunities out there. And you'll get to see those opportunities as you go through the program. And all this is opportunity for you to see. Anybody have any questions? Does anybody parents work at Toyota? Here? Anybody? Nobody's parents work at Toyota?
Any relatives, aunts, uncles?
My grandpa.
You have relatives? Okay. All right. Well, it's a really great opportunity for you to see what's going on out there and just for you to have it in your knowledge. I don't want you to leave out of here saying that nobody told me that goes on at Toyota. Nobody told me I could fit in at Toyota. Nobody told me I could make great money at Toyota. We don't want that to happen. All right? Nobody got any questions? All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, James.
and I can fill in with,
Okay, let me say one more thing, I'll turn it over to you. Before we close, one, I appreciate your time. Second thing is, again, those misperceptions. You saw Leah Curry, our plant president. She's from Hopstad, and she started out as a team leader in skilled maintenance. So she is the plant president now. And this is her second, she was also the plant president at the plant in West Virginia. So this male-female thing doesn't matter. Okay, like I said, there's lots of opportunities, lots of opportunity to advance. You know, we have tuition assistance there. Later on, if you want to go to college, we have a bachelor's program through Northward University and an on-site master's with Oklahoma City University. Right there, we do online, and then plus we have classes in the plant itself. So we try to do as much as we can to develop people, and we just want to make sure that people are aware that there's a lot of opportunities. If you like hands-on stuff like those students said, might be the thing for you. I'll turn it over to Miss Terry, who was, by the way, she's famous. She's been working on this for over 2 years, laying the groundwork on this. So I'll turn it over.
Okay, I just wanted to explain a little bit about the classroom piece. So to be able to go to 4T, you need to be pretty current on your credits because it does take the first 3.5 periods in the day. So, well, as juniors, you go in the afternoon. So you leave at homeroom time so you can eat, and then you get on the bus, and the rest of the day you spend at Princeton in the classroom. You do get dual credits through Ivy Tech. I think we're up to 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You guys should be able to earn 12. So if you are currently in the engineering program and you earned 6 credits last year and then you're earning your 3 credits this year for principles and in this, what they're doing is they are awarding students that get 18 hours through this program with a certificate of like work development. And you can actually walk in Ivy Tech's graduation early May before you ever graduate from high school. So it may not seem like much, but you will have proof that you've been through this rigorous training and that you've done more than just completed some dual credits or some high school coursework. This also qualifies you for your third graduation requirement, where you have to have either dual credits or certain CTE classes. So if you stick with it and do advanced manufacturing 1 your junior year, and advanced manufacturing your senior year, that will be your qualification to graduate besides getting your diploma. It also fulfills your bucket 2, which is the employability part. So this program alone is designed, to help you get through your graduation requirements. Sorry, lost my train of thought. So I have applications on Monday. I emailed every single sophomore the digital version of the application, but I have paper applications. They are due on January the 29th, so that sounds like a long way away, but if you're interested in it, I would go ahead and take an application or get it. Yeah, you guys will be back on Friday. It's Wednesday. I would take an application, get it filled out, and turn it back into me on Friday, and then you're done. Okay? And then, after the applications are turned in to Toyota and Dr. Parker, the teacher at Princeton, they'll go through the process of who actually gets in. Okay? Any questions over any of it? Okay, so if you're not in